The Princess Diaries. Where did we leave off? Oh yes, Mia Thermopolis and her villain origin story. You have to admit, looking back, we all miss so many undertones. But it doesn't even matter because Grandma Queen came through with a new lifestyle, so who are we to complain about that? These Blush Bunnies present The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it.
I like that. It's gonna be my new theme song.
Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Batman.
Mia has now made her way over to Genovia, and it is a lot to unpack here. Cheating on fiancés, plotting to steal jobs, getting curved by your true love, supporting actors turned extras, it's just a lot. But before we get into it, I want to give a huge thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. With the holidays approaching, Scentbird is the perfect early gift to gift yourself. Trust me, you deserve it. Scentbird is your fragrance destination, a single place to discover, explore, learn about, and experience scents just for you. I mean, we don't all have long lost rich grandmas that can give us castles, let alone $300 to $500 bottles of perfume. But with Scentbird, you will be able to choose a new designer fragrance every month for just $17. They have perfumes and colognes plus plenty of neutral options. So if you've been wanting to try Gucci, Prada, or even if you've been eyeballing Versace for the past 2 years, telling yourself one day, well, that day has arrived. All you have to do is make your fragrance selection for that month, and they'll send you a 30-day supply without you having to break the bank. They even offer a quiz you can take to help you find the scents you may like. I have Rise by Good Habit, and it smells divine. The musky pear scent really comes through. It smells like royalty, actually. I feel important, like I can make a difference for once. And I also love a lighter scent, so Illuminaire Intensa by Vince Camuto is perfect. A bit of a lemon vanilla midnight orchard scent. The case is simple to use whenever you're ready for a new fragrance. Just twist and spray. If you want to take it out, simply click and that's it. As you can see, this is also perfect for travel. Use my coupon code BlushBunny for 55% off at Scentbird for your first month. That's just a little over $7. You really cannot beat this deal. Available in the US and Canada. Now back to Amelia Mignonette Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia. So first things first, she has just graduated college, studied diplomacy and political science. I have to say it is pleasant to see that she graduated with a degree. The way Grandma Queen was acting, I just knew she was going to rush her off to Genovia straight out of high school to get a head start on becoming accustomed to the ways of the land. But she instead made room for her education. I'm not mad at that. So Mia is on the PJ writing in her diary where she updates us on the whereabouts of her good old pals from high school. Lily is in graduate school at Berkeley and Michael is just a friend. He's touring with his band. Though I think it's admirable that he has gone after his dreams. And side note, he was actually on tour with his band in real life during the filming of this movie. I have to admit, that is quite disappointing. I will elaborate on that a little bit later. So, remember I said that. Her mom married her high school teacher and they have a baby on the way. Joe is also still around being Joe. She tells us that she's nervous about taking over the throne in due time, but the thing that she most dreads is the lack of a love life. She has never been in love. Now, under any normal circumstance, I would be less than moved by this. I mean, she is just now turning 21. Most people only experience puppy love up until that point anyways. So it's like, girl, you ain't missing out on nothing. But the way the story unfolds, I kind of empathize with her on that. Again, I will elaborate on that thought later. So remember I said that. Hey, somebody keep a list on what I need y'all to remember so I can remember what I need to talk about. Not me saying that as if it's going to be in real time. This is recorded. This is not live. Okay. Ciao. Let me grab my notes. Okay. So, one of the first orders of business is her 21st birthday. All of the eligible royal bachelors are in attendance. They are an interesting bunch, to say the least, but Nicholas has caught her eye by way of her clumsiness, as only Mia can do. Their first interaction is brief, and so is their second. You see that they both like what they see, but it doesn't go beyond that. Not just yet. We also briefly meet an old friend of Mia's, someone she's obviously gotten to know from when she visited Genovia in the past. We are not formally introduced to her at this point, but her name is Asana, played by the talented Raven Simone. I have something to say about her as well, so remember I said that. You know what, let me write that down. Where's my pen? I don't have a pen. Where is my pen? No, I don't got no pen. And then we meet a mysterious man who makes reference to wanting to steal the throne. This happens all within the first 10 minutes, so we already know Mia's going to have something going on with this Nicholas guy, and the mysterious man is going to try to stop her from assuming the throne. Well, turns out Mystery Man Viscount Mabry has a nephew, Lord Devereux, who is of the royal bloodline and is eligible to be king. He makes this announcement to Parliament, and the first thing that came to my mind is that he is a hater. Like, it's one thing to bring this up because you just found out about it and you're like, oh wait, before we continue, we just finished our family tree and it turns out we're royal too. But no, you waited right until Mia gets to Genovia, and on top of that, Lord Devereux's 21st birthday was last October, which means you could have been brought this up. This man has clearly been plotting. But you know what the real kicker is for me? The uncle is an in-law. He's married to the bloodline, causing all of this commotion, and you're not even in the circle of trust. At any given moment, your privileges can be revoked, i.e. divorce, so relax. Then this whole conversation of marriage comes up. It is said that a woman cannot be queen without first marrying. And Grandma Queen is like, we have never enforced that rule. Now all of a sudden it holds such a heavy weight if you don't get out of my face. Well, she didn't say it like that, but she wanted to. So they give Mia 30 days to marry. That's pretty tough. Like 30 days? That's still the talking stage. That's still the what's your favorite color stage. That's the let's meet up for a second time on day 13 at a coffee shop just in case I need to dip out without a huge commitment to a full course meal. And you're telling this girl she has to be married by day 30? Girl, bye. Mia is understandably upset. This is the same girl who dreamed of having a foot-popping first kiss. She just wrote in her diary that the only downfall about all of this is that she has never been in love. And now she's heading down the aisle to an arranged marriage, just like Grandma Queen. And her grandmother is like, you know, me and your grandfather really grew to be fond of one another. And Mia is like, girl, I am not trying to do that. I'm searching for a real love on my Mary J. Blige, okay? She didn't say it like that, but trust me, she wanted to. Now, at this point, I need everybody to turn to their notes. Come on. Hurry up quickly. I know someone is just staring at the screen instead of turning to their notes, but it's fine. I'll do the heavy lifting. Now, I said that in any normal circumstance, I would have thought that she was doing the most, feeling bad about never being in love at the age of 21. But in this case, I do empathize because even though she had no idea that she would be on the path to an arranged marriage, the fact that she has no choice but to do it or she can't rule is criminal. So in the grand scheme of things, this girl who was born and raised in America before all of these traditions and rules came into her life has to now marry without love with hopes of growing fond. I really did feel bad for her. She's a hopeless romantic, and now that's out of the window. As if that wasn't enough, Grandma invited Lord Devereaux to stay at the palace, which was smart so that they can watch his every move, but makes it 10 times more uncomfortable for Mia. I mean, this villain origin story is not running short of material anytime soon, is it? It has come time for Princess Mia to meet her rival, Lord Devereaux, and he is but a familiar face, or foot, actually. Nicholas is Lord Devereaux, the guy she was smitten with at her birthday party. Now, who could have seen this coming? Great way to amplify the tension. And though he is handsome, this conflict erases any reason you would have rooted for them to mingle any further since her party. I mean, clearly he's in on the whole takeover plan. And if Mia thinks back, she'll realize that's why when she asked his name, he said Nicholas. Just Nicholas. Couldn't give away that Devereaux that was about to creep up on her at any minute. But to cheer her up, Grandma takes her to her royal suite. The room she was in before was just a placeholder until this one was ready. Personally, I'd take a closet in this palace and be perfectly happy, especially if it was her closet. It's its own room. I would be ordering from the kitchen every day and just living my best life right in that room. Absolutely beautiful. But the best surprise is saved for last. And it is y'all's favorite person, Lily. Isn't that annoying when people say that? Like, there go your boy, there go your girl, knowing you can't stand that person. And they say that to agitate you. So y'all, girl Lily is in the house. Now, what's interesting this time around is that in this film, she really didn't have much to say. Not only did her character not have as many lines, but she also was not the opinionated Lily we met from the first film. I mean, she had her moments, but you get what I'm saying? It wasn't the same. When Mia said she was away at Berkeley, she said she was still causing trouble. So it's kind of surprising to see her so mellow. This matters because I'm going to tie it into a point I've already told y'all to remember. Wait, let me write this part down so I don't forget. But anyway, they are swiping left through a list of eligible bachelors until they get to Andrew Jacobi, Duke of Kenilworth. He is the best of the bunch, and beggars can't be choosers, so there's that. They go on a series of dates, getting to know each other as much as they can, and 1 week later, he presents her a ring. I can't really say that he proposes because, well, he didn't. He just gives her the ring. How romantic. So now Nicholas and his hating uncle have to step their game up. The plan is for Nicholas to charm Mia, basically get her to fall in love with him so that by the end of the 30 days, she calls off the engagement and Nicholas can claim the crown. We'll see how that turns out. In the meantime and in between time, Joseph has finally approached the queen with something that has clearly been on his mind for some time now. He's like, listen, give Mia some air and focus on yourself. Better yet, focus on us. He told her to
meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger girls, so we might as well do it, Jane.
Okay, well, he didn't say that exactly, but he wanted to. The queen, of course, acts like she doesn't have the desire. It's like, girl, you know you want Joseph. We all see it. But Mia is back to her princess lessons, as this is, after all, what she was supposed to be doing this whole time. So, we have fan lessons. Yes, apparently waving the fan is important to the monarchy. We have the flaming arrow practice for the coronation. We have the practice of telling citizens she may or may not be able to help them out with their problems. And we have riding side saddle because apparently it is the only way to be a lady. Instead of using Herbie, why not just ride the horse and look at the royal guard like you're doing anyways? Why create the illusion that you can ride side saddle when in reality, since this is Mia that we're talking about, she would have certainly fallen to the ground. But no, show everybody up with your props. So now she's all embarrassed because the stunt didn't work. Nicholas comes to cheer her up, I guess, making it worse. And then in comes Joe and Nick's hating uncle. This is a moment that reminds me of how much I love Joe. He does not play when it comes to Mia. He stepped to the Viscount like, try her again and see what happens. I know that's right, Joe. You better protect your future granddaughter. So he may not be the best at consoling her, but Nicholas has finally cracked the code with Mia. He knows that she isn't attracted to her future husband. And he expresses this by saying, too bad you're not attracted to him. Like, straight to her face. How ballsy is that? She couldn't even deny it. And Andrew isn't a bad looking guy. Seems really sweet. But she's just not into him. Nicholas, on the other hand, he makes her foot pop, if you catch my drift. No, he actually does make her foot pop. So, at this point in the film, I pressed pause. Because I began to think to myself, if I was Mia, what would I do in this situation? Wanting to rule the country and make a difference is one thing, but at the expense of my true love? Not that I would think that Nicholas was my true love, because at this point it's more of a lust thing. But not even having the opportunity to explore the possibilities of love with anyone else. Now everybody turn to your notes. Remember when I said it was disappointing that Michael was out touring the country and he and Mia were just friends? Well, I would have liked to see him come to Genovia just to visit, and them being more mature and having a little bit more life experience, it would have been nice to see what the chemistry would have been at this point in life. Mia said it wasn't love, but it would have been interesting to add him to the mix just to see if things have changed. I mean, we had this whole build up in the first movie, and then it's like, no more Michael. So, something to think about. But moving along, of course, Grandma Queen touring to Mia about spending all of these moments with her rival. She's been gearing her up for the crown since the day she met her, so of course she's had it up to here with her shenanigans. To cheer herself up, Mia helps a group of orphans by just making them feel special and giving them one of her castles to live in. How sweet. If only things like this happened in real life. One can only dream. And her rival / true lust changes his tone now that he sees a side of her that he hasn't seen before. He took a moment from his evil plotting to realize Mia is actually a good person. She awkwardly brings up her bridal party in the midst of him admiring her, as only Mia can, which, speaking of awkward, her bridal party is a slumber party, which is fine. She invited princesses from all over the world. Wonderful. But the guests are as young as 3 years old. Why are there kids at a bridal shower? Is that not odd? Granted, this is not your typical bridal shower, but still. Then again, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, might as well show them what they have to look forward to. Grandma Queen even makes an appearance, and she has this lovely duet with Princess Asana. Now, let's turn to our notes, because I said I had something to say about her. And I also said I was going to tie Lily into something. I feel like Asana should have had a bigger role. When we first meet her, she and Mia are catching up because they have developed a genuine friendship, and she gives us a little background info on one of the princes. Based on this brief encounter, you can tell she would have been a great tool to help Mia navigate this new royal life. Instead, we get a half-baked Lily just taking up space. They don't have girl talk. We don't get an update on her life. She's just there. From a supporting role to a glorified extra. I guess they wanted to show that Mia is the same girl. The loyalty was there. Or maybe they didn't want to push the black best friend to the white lead character. Either way, I would have preferred that little switch. I think this would have made the sequel 8.5 times better. Yes, 8.5 is a weird number to throw out there, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. But moving along, Nicholas has decided, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go against Mia. She should have a fair chance at the crown. I'm going to go on by my merry way. But before I do, I just want to see you one last time. Typical guy. Oh, just one last time. Boy, bye. Mia is on the fence about it, but her best friend convinces her to go. Now, Nicholas was outside her window throwing rocks. How did Lily hear or see it from another room in this huge castle, and Mia is sitting right by the window and didn't hear a thing? I always thought that was funny. The two lovebirds spend the night exchanging secrets, thumb wrestling, and dancing. I mean, in a last-ditch effort at a chance for romance, you gotta take what you can. Too bad this affair was caught on camera for the world to see. You know, now that I think about it, even though technically she is cheating on Andrew because she made a commitment to him, it's not like they know each other like that, and the whole world knows that this is a fast-tracked arranged marriage. So is it really that big of a deal if it was caught on camera? I mean, if I was Andrew, I would feel away because it is pretty embarrassing, but it's not that deep. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The good thing that came out of it is that Andrew and Mia finally admit that it's just not there between them. And when I say it, I mean any and everything you can think of. It's just blah. But they have a duty to the country, so on with the show. Best friends forever, I guess. We also get an appearance from her neglectful mother, Helen, and Paolo comes in to make her feel like crap by way of a makeover, true to form. Now, up until this point, I have to admit, I had forgotten all about her mom. But being as though she did feel comfortable going to her mom about boy advice and such in the first film, I find it odd that she didn't at least call her to get her take on what she should do this whole time. Interesting. The next 5 minutes of the film I'm going to call The Maids Know Everything. Gretchen, Nick's maid, and Mia's maids, Brigitte and Brigida, all divulged the information that Nicholas was not the one who set up Mia with the paparazzi. It was, of course, his uncle. Now, if for nothing else, it should tell you, for one, be careful how you treat people because it may come back to bite. The Viscount was very rude to Gretchen. And two, there's always someone listening, even if you think you're alone. You ever mention making a run to Target and then open your phone to a Target coupon staring at you? You're never alone, babes. Speaking of alone, Mia needed a moment to gather herself. Biggest decision of her life, so understandably so. Grandma Queen finally admits that she chose Genovia over everything all her life, including her one and only love, Joe. Thank God, because she needed that breakthrough. He's a good man, Savannah. But she leaves the conversation with giving Mia the choice of whether or not to get married, as she's been saying this whole time. Mia decides, you know what, this marriage isn't for me, but more importantly, she tells Parliament to put your daughters in my position. Sisters, granddaughters, would you force them to do this? I'm like, you better come through, because they don't like it when the shoe is on the other foot. Things change up real fast when you're talking about their women. Nicholas comes in renouncing the throne like the Prince of Zamunda, and this hits me out of nowhere. Chris Pine and Michael Ealy have very similar voices. Very smooth, soothing, deep, just similar tones. And then, and this may be a stretch, I don't know, but Matthew Broderick, he's like a pitch higher, but that tone is in the range.
Nicholas is he's kind of the bad boy lord. He kind of does his own thing. He's
people are so ingrained in that in this whole mythology. It's working for me.
That was so random, I know, but it just came to me. I'm sorry. Where was I? Okay, so the uncle, of course, is upset. And I'm just like, you're not even blood related. I know Nicholas wanted to turn around like,
You're not my dad! You also hear something! Ugly ass fucking noodle!
Mia makes a motion to abolish the marriage rule, which they could have done an hour and 20 minutes ago, but I guess we wouldn't have a movie if they did that. Though there is still a wedding. The queen gets married to Joe instead. My heart smiles every time I see this because you could tell Grandma wasn't expecting Mia to back her up in that moment. Joe didn't know what the queen wanted with him when she called him over there, but it was past due for them to finish something they started so long ago and give each other their all. It's just so sweet. No, but Nicholas confesses his love, and Mia is crowned the new queen of Genovia. But here's my question. In the 18 years since Mia has been queen, what do you think has happened? Are she and Nicholas in marital bliss? Have Joe and Grandma Queen been living the life they've been yearning for? Is Lily still in the picture? Is Mia's baby brother jealous that she's royalty and he's not? What do y'all think about what I said regarding Lily, Asana, and Michael? But most importantly, what would the perfect part 3 look like to you if you could write the treatment for the screenplay? Anne Hathaway is interested in doing a third one, and so is Chris Pine. Julie Andrews, I believe the latest she said is that she thinks too much time has passed and she's too old, but I'm sure with the right script she'll be on board. So sound off below so we can pitch to Disney and get our producer credits. Also, thank you again to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check the link below for 55% off of your first month. With all of that being said, be sure to click like on this video, hop on over to that subscribe button and hit the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will never show you my videos. As always, I'm all ears. Until next time, bye.